What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to y'all with basketball analysis on analysisplayground.com and on YouTube. We're going to talk about the Nova Knicks, a team that so many people are excited for because of their acquisitions of getting OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges in free agency. And now this team is looking to take a step into being a contender. They was number two in their division, and it was a 50-win team. They have a lot of excitement because this is one of the biggest states in the mecca of basketball to most people. And you have all-star Jalen Brunson has been a beast, and he has had playoff success. He has been unstoppable. He has been relentless. He has been a great leader. He took a pay cut for this team to want to be on a championship level, even in the future. This is a team that can compete for multiple years, in the future. And this is a team that gets a lot of people ready for how tough it is to win a championship because everybody's getting better. Everybody's adding wings and guards to their team, but they got the basics figured out. They have the coach that never lets people get lazy, always pushing guys, always being a thorn in their back to get more greatness out of them. And this is a team that have some health concern. Guys like OG and Brunson have been beat up and tore up. Same with Julius Randle, and they do have to be fully healthy if they want to be known as a contender in either conference, and if they want to win a championship ultimately. I think that that's something that's going to have to happen. I feel like a person like me that has seen this team play, they still do have that I don't know who to pass it to in the half court if it's not wide open syndrome, which basically means that they have guys that can make shots, not guys that can create shots and get their own shots. They have to be able to play off somebody, and that's one of their biggest detriments to me when I look at what to expect them this year, which is to be a playoff team. Definitely, that's without a question. But beating teams like Boston that got players like Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum who can make ugly and great plays over good defense or great defense look easy or common for them. They don't really have that star making power outside of Brunson. And since he's the smallest player on the court, it's so tough to contain him. But you rather him do it because you have Derek White and a Drew Holiday. And most teams have a guard that they can put on a guy like Jaden Brunson and make him work hard and make him do a lot of dribbling and a lot of maneuvering. And his teammates just can't do it themselves. Now, if he had another guy that can catch the ball at three, pass it to him, put it on the floor and make a shot, well, you can say Mikal Bridges can do that. He can come off screens, knock down mid ranges. He can hit spot up threes. He can handle the ball a little bit and make a shot from the mid range or get a dunk to go. And he can play in transition with OG Anunoby. Well, the best part about that is they have guys that can create defensive plays that can turn into offense because of their blocks and their active hands, being interceptors and being guys that can strip other players and they can get easy opportunities that way. But when the playoff games come and they have to stick to the blueprint that made them successful or stick to their scheme, it's very difficult seeing this team scoring enough points to where they can beat some of the better offensive teams. Just because their defense has gotten stronger, especially on the perimeter, which is most of the best players are either too big or they're a perimeter. But this is what this team is lacking. They can't stop the Embiids, they can't stop the Jokic's, and they get a little too injury prone against the Tatums and the Browns with all that clanging and banging. But I do feel like even if they're healthy, their offense is still questionable in my opinion, just because they're going to go as far as Jalen Brunson takes them. Can he create enough? Can he trust enough? Can he set up enough? And then you're going to realize he's the smallest person on the court. He's not going to be able to do all these things and still be effective and efficient in a half court offense. But I feel like these are things that's fixable in the future as you build the chemistry, as you see what you got. These players are on all tradable contracts. So you got guys like Precious Achua. He's going to come in and give you muscle and rebounding and being able to finish in the paint. You got Kata Bates Diop. He's a guy that's also a tough bruiser type of player that's going to play hard and scrap. You got guys like Dante DiVincenzo, who can shoot the ball, and he can also make a mid range from here and there and get to the basket. And he's also solid in transition. You got a guy like Josh Hart, who can make big shots, make big plays on both ends of the court. Tyler Kulek, I don't see him getting a lot of minutes or a lot of opportunity. Miles McBride, I can see him taking a step up, in a rotation ladder, especially if somebody goes down and gets injured. I can see him being more utilized. Cameron Payne has played on winning teams. He understands how to facilitate. He understands how to create a lot off the dribble. He understands how to get his own shot. He also can hit the three. If you camouflage in within the offense, he can make shots. And then Julius Randle, he's been an all-star, all NBA player. He's a solid rebounder, but he can also hit a three. He can create his own shot. He can bully people in the post and get decent buckets. But can he create passing wise? I think he's going to have to be able to find guys and get off the ball a little earlier so that they can have enough space to where they're confident in making shots. And Jericho Sims, they brought him back. He's a big body that they need his length and his athleticism, and that's something that they definitely need. And we still have to see what they're going to do with Mitchell Robinson. He's not the greatest center, but he is a 7 footer. They already lost Isaiah Hartenstein, so they can't lose Mitchell Robinson too. He's a guy that can get rebounds, protect the rim a little bit. He's always a little banged up. He's not always healthy, but this is literally the only 7 footer that they have on a roster now, and they have to have more size than just Julius Randle and Jericho Sims. So something got to give in this Mitchell Robinson situation. But I think that they would love to have him back because he's been in the system so long, and they know, his what he can do and what he can't do, and how to hide his weaknesses and how to play with them on the court because they have done it. But they need him to stay healthy, and they need him to be a big body that's an anchor in that paint. But OG Ananobi, he has to stay healthy. He's a guy that has been one of the best perimeter defenders for a couple years. He still got a couple years before he turns 30. And I think that he can, go to the big cities and become one of the most popular players in the city just because he's going to be guarding the toughest guy and there's always going to be spotlight on him because of the guy he's defending. And Mikal Bridges, he showed in Brooklyn that he can be a 20-point plus scorer in this league, especially when you have guys that's giving him easy opportunities at the same time, and all he has to do is just finish the play. But the fact that he is a guy that understands that defense comes first, and he understands that he doesn't need the ball or he doesn't care about getting his touches as long as he can help contribute to winning. And he's one of the guys that's mostly available all the time. He usually never misses a game. Oh, reliable is something that you need, especially when the other guys are injury prone. You need somebody that's going to come out and help Jalen Brunson score the basketball. But I love what I have seen. This team has went from we don't know what the heck we're going to do. We don't know what the heck we're going to be. Now they're starting to get the players. Now they're starting to gain respect. Now they're starting to put themselves in the conversation of being one of the best teams in the league. And now we can see a place where the coach gets his shine. He's showing what he's worth. He's showing his influence on the team. He's showing what he can do. And now they got a star that got a lot of people around the league respect. And Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle show that he is one of the best bigs in the entire league. And he can really contribute. And now they got an identity, play defense, be tough, make contested shots when needed and late in the shot clock, and have shot makers and have one of the best playmakers at the helm of that offense. I think that it makes sense. These are hard nosed, play hard, scrappy. This team got rid of me. This team gave up on me. Let's group together, put that energy into something positive, and go out there and play a scrappy, ugly, gritty, crazy type of game. But then again, they the Knicks. This is the New York style of basketball, that street ball style where you have the handle, you have the ability to trick your opponent, play games with your opponent head, and do something crazy. And this team has those type of shots, type of plays, type of defense where you have to come here and beat us We're not giving you anything easy. We're not letting you get off easy. We're coming at you on both ends of the court. We got a guy that's going to push it down your throat and Jalen Brunson. And this is what the Knicks do. This is what they're supposed to look like if they want to be a competitive team. And this team can beat you any given Friday, any given Sunday, any given Saturday, just because they always playing at full speed and they always coming at you. And that's what you need them to be. We need to take advantage of every possession, whether it's offense and defense, or we showing you that we don't really have too many holes in our game as a team. And honestly, they don't. This is a team that, if they're healthy, they're going to be one of the toughest teams to beat because they play hard the whole game. And teams can get lazy, teams can get streaky, teams can get confident, and the Knicks can get their game back together or stay consistent in throughout the game, and they can find themselves in a situation where that's all they need to beat a lot of this team. Remember, in a regular season, you just got to beat the good, the bad, the ugly, and the great. And it's not too many contenders. It's not too many championship teams. You just have to play better than everybody else on a daily basis, and that's all you need to do to win games. This is a team, like I said, that already won 50 games before, so they know what it takes to win. They won a playoff series. They pushed teams even when they wasn't healthy, showing you how deep this team is and showing you how confident this team is against any competition. That's something that we have to give them credit on, and that's something that we have to look forward to for the next couple of years. And I think that that's why the Knicks fans are so excited, and the NBA is too. You have a lot of guys that have a chip on their shoulder and they want to prove something, and they all gather together to play on the same team, and they all sacrificed in their own way, even if it's touches, to bring this team together. And it will be a beautiful thing to see this team blossom even as we watch them play the next couple years, which most of these guys are under contract right now for multiple, and they all signed to this team, and they all wanted to be on this team. So that ups it up to where we want to see how competitive this team really is going to be. But other than that, what I expect from them to be, I expect them to be a top five team in the East. Expect them to get out of the first round again. I can see them going to a conference finals. I don't see them winning the championship because I think Boston is still a better team. They got guys that can make things tough for perimeter players. None of these guys got crazy handles or crazy scoring ability outside of Brunson and Randall. And I think that that works in the favor of a team like the Celtics. And I think that they can also score better. They can also match up better. And if you can't beat the number one team in the conference, all you can do is put yourself in a position to do it better, contract wise, free agency wise, trade deadline wise, to put yourself into a better. This season, let's see how we look. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we can do, especially when we're healthy. And then we can see what we can do in 2026, 2027, and then we can make those adjustments on the roster and on the court. This is just, let's see what we got. Let's see what we have. Let's see what we can do type of season, and then build upon it after that. This is what the Knicks are trying to do. And if they can win a title or they can get to the finals, just like the Dallas Mavericks, that's a plus. Nobody expected us to get to the finals. Nobody expected us to beat certain teams, but we got it done. Then we can continue to make a Klay Thompson type of move and try to get further and closer to a championship. And that's what the Knicks are trying to do this season. What we expect for them is to be great. What we expect for them is to be gritty, but we also expect them not to win the title this year, and I feel like that's fair. They definitely got to stay healthy. They definitely got to, figure out what they're going to do offensively and how can they do it consistently outside of Jalen Brunson. That was one of my biggest problems when I seen this team play. They used Brunson way too much, and other guys just don't do enough offensively. And if you can take him out of the game, or you can slow him down, or you can wear him out, then you can end up beating this team a lot easier. They got to grow away from that and innovate and push their offense and push their players to do more and expand their game more if they want to beat a team like Boston in the Eastern Conference, because that's what you got to do to get to the finals. And I think that that's going to be interesting to see if they can do that. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell. If you're new to the channel and you love analysis or you love basketball, this is the channel for you. Got over 2,000 videos, breakdowns, tributes, conversations, debates about basketball. So if you love that type of content, you can't live without it, this is the channel for you. And if you got free time, continue to watch my older videos, because if you like this one, you probably miss another one that you liked. And this will be a channel that you should want to support. Like it, share it, and at the end of the day, thanks for watching. All I can do is ask y'all to do the little things to keep this channel popping, and y'all have been doing that so far. Just continue to do it. Just a reminder, and all I gotta do is keep giving y'all the content that y'all showing that y'all love, and that's the win-win for me as a content creator. Other than that, I'm gone.